So now the temperatures are increasing, the plants are all starting to flourish. Outside I've got a couple of rhubarb plants and they're doing really well. They've got nice big healthy looking leaves on them now. But there's also something else happening with this rhubarb plant that people may not understand is not actually the end. And we're going to take a look at what it is and what to do about it. So as you can see, this is the rhubarb that we've got. I think there's 2 plants here altogether and it looks perfectly healthy until you get to the top, and then you can see it started to flower, and so's the other ones. So as you just saw out there, we're only just in spring and the rhubarb has gone to seed. It's putting out flowers. But that is not the end of the world. A lot of people, and quite rightly so, know that once a vegetable goes to seed, it becomes bitter and inedible. But it doesn't work like that with rhubarb. That rhubarb is still perfectly edible. But the only problem you have at the moment, if yours does the same thing, as soon as it's got a flower growing on it, get rid, because that is draining the energy from that plant. Instead of trying to produce new stalks and leaves, it's putting everything it's got into growing that flower. So as soon as you see a flower growing on your rhubarb, don't assume that that plant's done for you and that anything you harvest from that plant is going to be useless. It's not. You just need to know the correct way to deal with that, because if you don't deal with it, it's going to cut down ultimately on production. But if you deal with it in the wrong way, you could also kill this plant. So I'll show you the correct way to deal with that problem. So you need to trace your flower, the stalk, all the way down to your main stem, which is down there. And then you need to try and pull it out and get the whole thing out. It can be difficult to do this. So that's basically taken the whole thing, as you can see, which is exactly what you need to do, because now water can't collect in here and you won't have problems with slugs and other insects. I'll show you what happens if it doesn't work quite right. This'll happen. This one broke off while trying to pull it, so we didn't remove it right to the bottom like that where we needed to, so it's left a hollow, and this is where water will get in and insects, and that is not what you want. That's what you want. Taking the whole thing away. Let's do another one. This one is also a flower hiding. So again, same deal. You are going to be taking some stems with this, obviously, because they're attached, but that doesn't matter. So get in right at the very bottom and twist and pull like that, and you've got rid of the whole thing that way. If while you're doing this it breaks off, say here, and you can't get it to break altogether at the base, you're going to be left with a tubular stem which will gather water. And if you can't get it off, what you could do is just put a plastic pop bottle over the top to cover that hole so it can't gather water. So we'll have another go at this one. And there you go. That's exactly how you want it to work. So by that demonstration you can see what I mean. You can cut them as well, but if you cut them you need to really cut them at an angle, because the stems are tubular. As I said, they will hold water. and it's also somewhere to harbour slugs and other insects, which could obviously cause disease to your plant. Now you saw that there was 3 or 4 on that plant that were removed. They've been taken away, so now the energy's now gone back into growing rhubarb stems for you to make your rhubarb pies, and not into growing flowers. But as you're going through season, keep checking it, because they will come back. They don't just come once and then that's it. As you go through season, your plant will still keep making rhubarb stalks for you, but the flowers will still try and come back as well. And I hope this video has helped you out in that respect, because maybe there are people out there that didn't realise that once it goes to flower, it's not the end of that plant for the season, as long as you catch those flowers in time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you've took something from it that maybe you didn't already know. And that's what this channel's about. We're a community of people, and we try and pass on information back and forth to help each fellow gardener. If you want to see more videos like this in the future that maybe would help you out if you're a newbie gardener, then please just hit that subscribe button and press the notifications bell, and I'll see you on the next video. You all take care. Thank you.